all of you for your time and the participation. I am Seema Menon from Wipro Limited, the Knowledge Management Team. Today's topic is on the role of KM for business transformation and digital era. So the agendas that I will be covering in this session is brief intro of Wipro, the role of KM and transformation, digital tsunami, and pit stop experience. So moving on to what Wipro is all about. All of you know what Wipro is all about, but still I would like to give a glimpse about it. Wipro is a global information technology consulting and outsourcing company with 160,000 plus workforce, serving the client in 175 plus cities across 6 continents. Wipro is known and recognized for its innovative approach towards delivering the business value and its commitment to the sustainability. The key that connects all this is the knowledge. That is where the KM journey starts. So the KM journey actually started in Wipro from the year 2000, and we are just progressing year by year, and right now we are in the KM digitalization phase of 2015. In today's world, the organization will have a rapid re-engineer themselves, have to rapidly re-engineer themselves, right, to be more responsible for or response to the change of the customer's need, right? So Wipro KM has visualized the future right from the millennials to the Generation Z. So Wipro journey started from the content, collaboration, COPs, and other initiatives that is shared in this slide. To meet up the millennials' requirement, Wipro KM focuses on a predictive delivery with a cognitive knowledge base. KM at Wipro employee lifecycle and the business process knowledge base. So this is the major shift which we have brought in the year 2005. So as we all know, for any initiative in any organization, there should be a business value, right? So that is the delivery excellence. We touch upon the customer centricity, the business growth, the innovation, and the branding. We were able to realize the business value as it has been part of our process, which I will be covering in the next coming slides. Moving on to the KM framework, right? The key entity which we touch upon in the KM framework is the behavior, characteristics, the networking ability, the expectation, the learning capabilities of customer, the partners, the employee, and the management, which results into the customer delight and the retention of knowledge, the delivery excellence, knowledge transfer, and employee satisfaction. Moving on to the key agenda of our of our session, the role of the KM and business transformation, right? I would like to start here with a story of Samrat Ashoka. Okay, we all know that Samrat Ashoka was India's greatest emperor, right? Who ruled our country for more than 40 years. He was known for his sword skill, a fearsome hunter, a frightening warrior, a heartless general, right? But he was completely transformed during the Kalinga War, where he saw many people dead, around 10,000 people dead in that war, which actually disrupted him. Then he started embracing the Buddhism, the knowledge what he gained from the Buddhist monks, right, which actually transformed him from bloodthirsty emperor to the peace-loving emperor. So that is the transformation that Samrat Ashoka has gone through. If you see, coming to the latest, the trend, what we see in this industry, the new technology in the market, right? There are a lot of technologies that is coming up, right, in the IT industry. We are seeing the paradigm shift to the digitalization, which is actually a positive disruption. However, the change is not a stranger in the IT organization, right? We have seen a lot of changes in the past as well, but the change what we see right now is actually very accelerating, rapid changes, right? So for example, if you take Apple, who introduced the 4 generations of iPad in less than 3 years. Smartphone manufacturing releases every model every 6 months. So that is the rapidness of the change what we see in the current scenario. If you see, the traditional technologies are more enterprise driven, but if you see that today's technology is more of consumer driven, right? So the key player of digital tsunami is the artificial intelligence, the virtual reality, the Internet of Things, robotics, etc. Moving on to the role of the knowledge management in this business transformation. There are various organizations, right, who adopts various techniques to change their business because of the change in the trend in the technology and different other aspects of changes in the industries, right? So the key elements which, or the key techniques which each business take for transforming the business will be on either on business agility, the skill of the workforce, or the innovation part, or the customer loyalty, or changing the operating models. In all these levers, if you see, the knowledge management plays a significant role, right? So if you take the case of business agility, the knowledge management provides all the information related to the business so that it can transfer easily in the agile mode. If you see, if the company is choosing, okay, I will be upskilling all the skill of my workforce, right? So KM plays a significant role in that, enhancing the skill of the workforce. So different levers or flavors which you will be seeing in the future slides, how a workforce in an organization can be skilled up to the same speed of the industry or the technology what you see in the current industry. Okay. If the company is going ahead with, okay, I will be coming up with a new innovative products and solutions. That is where the KM will play a significant role of getting the information about the industry, about coming up with the innovative product, giving more information to the innovation team to tell that these are the trends in the market. These are the products that can come. This is what the consumers ask. This is the future trends. So the KM plays a significant role over there. And in case of the business where the more giving priority to the customer loyalty, yes, every organization do give the priority to that. So how does a knowledge management play a role? So the KM can create a complete customer database. Okay, and it will be more of customer-centric knowledge can be given to them, which can improve the customer's business. Okay, so we will be moving one step ahead so that the customer is happy by serving the customer's need. So there the knowledge management plays a very important role. If you see the organization who decides, okay, I will be let us change the operating model based on the change what we see, right? So the changes like the organic growth, inorganic growth, or restructuring of the organization by centralizing, decentralizing the function. So during those changes, there are chances of lot of knowledge erosion. There is a challenge of knowledge retention. There can be a challenge or improvising, the need of improving the knowledge transfer, right? Though we will be doing all these things, we have to move to the next level of the process what we are currently following, right? So having said, all these are the levers of the knowledge where the knowledge management can really play a role and help the business to transform. Okay, the key entities that can help in this business transformation is the digital enterprise, right? What is a digital enterprise? So initially, if you see that traditionally, we will be asking the individuals to go to certain site, or here you can more of pull mechanism. We have to go and pull the knowledge what I require. Okay, if I am in need of a knowledge, I have to go pull the knowledge from whichever repository or whichever place it is available. Now there is a big shift for that. It is now more into the push base. So based on what I need, I get all the knowledge around me. So that is the KM entity which helps in this transformation. The next element is the prediction model. The analytics that built on existing data can give information about the SME available in the system, the projects that was executed in the past, and the system can also anticipate what all the issues that might come in future, and it will help us to take a decision making very easy and in short duration of time. So that is the key element of a KM which can help in the transformation. The next entity is the connected enterprise. So we see there are a lot of in a big organization there are a lot of initiatives happen in different functions and different places, right? So the connected enterprise will ensure that all the processes in the organization are connected, are well connected and communicate to each other. So the best practice which has been shared from one corner of the organization goes to the other corner of the organization. So there are various techniques through which we can connect all the initiatives within the big enterprise. Right? So the next thing what we see is the new products and markets right? So there are organizations which comes up with new innovative product that need for the market that is needed for the market intelligence and the consumer's knowledge, right? So KM will be providing all the consumer's knowledge, okay, or the consumer's need rather, or the market intelligence, the trends that is happening, the industrial trends. So these are the key elements, KM elements that plays an important role in this transformation. The new technologies in the market what we have actually facilitates all this. Okay, in this digital era, if you see, the knowledge transfer can happen through different flavors, like virtual reality. So this is where our future is, which is the upcoming technology that can be used for training, competency building. If you see, in many of the medical institutes, the future doctors, or right now it is being implemented in many of the medical institutes, the doctors are taught through holograms, right? It is the tie-up with a Microsoft where they come up with specs where they can visualize the real anatomy of a human, and they can be given the education based on this virtual reality. Even if you see that in many of the manufacturing firms, the simulation or using virtual reality is being done. So the user on the ground can visualize what all things he has to do to manufacture an automobile or whatever thing he is manufacturing. So these are the future trends what we see. So the different other flavors what you see is the storytelling. Though it sounds that it's age-old concept, there is no doubt in that. It is very age-old concept, but we cannot underestimate the power of storytelling. If you see, the brand storytelling is the buzzword right now in the branding industry or a branding strategy. Similarly, for an organization where the millennials are major workforce, the knowledge transfer in the form of story will be very effective, right? Because now the latest generation are more familiar with the storytelling concept, or rather they grasp the knowledge easily if the story is communicated. Even if you see a lot of advertisements, right? It is just a story that has been represented, and finally they will be telling the brand name behind that story. So that is how we relate. So that will get embedded into our hearts, right? So that's the power of storytelling. If you see, the content is actually the same. Okay, the way it is communicated, the advanced technology is changing the game on how we market the content so that it is consumed easily by the engineers, or no matter any role of the employee, right? So that is the power of storytelling. So we are using the digital mode for a storytelling process. The next flavor what you see is the training on the fly. So now you see all the generation, what we see is that they come up with a lot of expertise area in different domains. However, if a person is working in a project, there is a need of totally different domain competency or a technical competency, right? So the training should be given on the fly. We cannot wait for a session, classroom and all those stuff, or whatever traditional method we follow, right? The latest technology actually facilitates training engineers to take the training on the fly based on the need of the project where he is executing, right? There will be a need of a training for that particular technology what he is working, where he is not an expertise. So on the fly, within few days, he has to be trained and assessed. So that is where the assessment comes into picture. So again, there is a challenge of assessments as well, right, in this scenario, in this gen. Because the moment we all fear about the exam. That's the fact. So how to make the assessment interesting? So we have introduced the gamification part so that the assessment is done through gamification. Okay, so it gets the individual gets the interest to take the assessment. So it is indirectly they are taking assessment through the mode of gamification. So the trend has, or the analytics tells that the employee's ability to learn a new skill will be increasing 40% through the gamification, because he is learning a thing with enjoying the learning and enjoying giving the assessments. So automatically it gets into the nerve of the person who is doing that. So that's the effectiveness of the digital knowledge transfer. Moving on to the challenge like knowledge retention, right? There are a lot of techniques which we follow. We still continue following, right? Like expertise capturing. So every individual, we capture the expert area of an individual, and as he grows in the organization, he will have he or she will be learning a lot. So the expertise area will keep on increasing. So we have a mechanism where we regularly as the people can regularly update their expertise based on the role what he changed in the organization. Similarly, a lot of knowledge sharing session that traditional method still continues, but with how easily the knowledge sharing session can be conducted. Instead of getting into the formal knowledge sharing, that on the fly we can record or video shoot or get the expertise for the expert to talk about the expertise area or the best practice he or she has implemented in the project. So the knowledge sharing session is one of the way where we can retain the knowledge so that the tacit knowledge, everything gets into the explicit knowledge, which we all know. Then in Wipro we use a lot of other techniques like KM Cafe, Tech Talk, Future Ready sessions. A lot of initiatives within our team run to retain the knowledge of an employee of a project or for all the information related to the project execution. The different other ways are like every employee gets involved in different activities. He'll be communicating through mails, he will be participating in certain communities, he will be talking to so many people in the organization. So there are a lot of entities an employee in an organization will be doing as a day-to-day activity. So it's not that we have to tell employee, go here, do contribution, go here, do the collaboration, go here and do. It's not like on the fly, he should be able to communicate. If he is in need of finding an expert, he should be able to find an expert on the fly. If he want to collaborate with his team, he should be able to do it on the fly, right? And how he can talk to the client. What are the collaboration features available in the system where he can communicate with the client? Okay, so there are a lot of levers available in Wipro through which we take care of all this knowledge retention. Wherever the employee features in different parameters and different entities, using the latest technologies available in Wipro, we bring up the information to the people at the right time. So the knowledge retention happens through that. Moving to the analytics-based knowledge flow. As I earlier mentioned, the traditional way of pulling the knowledge is no more existing. So based on the profile an individual belongs to, for example, I belong to a certain domain, right? I belong to, for example, a manufacturing industry. So, but my past experience is on different domain. Okay, based on the current role what I play, automatically the profile should pick up all the relevant knowledge available in the system to me. So my profile will talk about the information I can grab from the system. So that I can see a lot of things happening in the organization on the manufacturing industry. And this is the future trends, what is available in this industry. These are the projects that has been executed in this domain. These are the technologies related to this domain, which has been executed in this organization. These are the experts or the program managers who have executed the program. So entire knowledge base of the project, everything is available on the fly. So he can pick and choose what is the knowledge he is looking for. Okay, now coming to the mode, because each person's way of consuming knowledge is different. Age-old way, we have a lot of documentation, right? People have to go read through a lot of documents. But many people are very much comfortable in listening. Okay, even the trainings are like that. If you have 100 pages of training material, rather we'll end up in, if there is an audio for that, it will be easy for us to listen to it. So when we go home or on the way to office or on the way to home, we can utilize that time just hearing to that audio. Okay, so the mode of consumption of this knowledge is where the key element is. So user can choose the mode of consuming the knowledge based on his or her interest, like documents, audios, or video files. So in Wipro, we encourage the YouTube learning as well. So YouTube is available for all. So the training materials are uploaded and they can also get into the training mode on the fly. It can be downloaded through apps. We can see through down to the mobile. So it's all device friendly. So that is the next change which we have brought us. The user can choose their own device. Okay, the age-old days are gone where we have to use the office device to get into the information of internal information of an organization. Now it is no more like that. We have come up with a lot of mobile apps, right? So that every organization comes up with a mobile app where they can pump in all the internal information through that. Similarly, here what we have done is that we do have a mobile app where, and even the user can choose which is the device. They can bring their own device. Okay, they can choose the device in which they are comfortable to view the content or hear the content or hear and view the content. Okay, so even we have a streaming KM channel, in which we can see all the trainings, any streaming videos related to any knowledge. It's not necessarily the training materials, even the best practices captured in the form of storytelling through K-Cafe. So we have a lot of methods or modes based on the various interests of individual. The content is available. So it's becoming very flexible for the user to choose the content what they need, can choose the mode or whatever the device what they need, and they can utilize or consume that particular knowledge. And as I mentioned, the key entity, the connected enterprise, right? We have the enterprise search as well, where it's not only that it will search our knowledge management area only. It will search the entire and Wipro's knowledge available in different pockets of by different functions. So we have integrated or enterprise search, so which is available, so which can even enhance to the knowledge what is available for the individual who is looking for his project day-to-day activity in organization. Moving on to the next slide, which talks about the Wipro Homes, which is an artificial intelligence platform. This is an in-house product, artificial intelligence platform, which provides a solution using the cognitive computing and natural language processing that are dynamic and very adaptive. It helps us to bring the insight of the data with the meaning and the content. As we all know what this cognitive computing is, right? The system will learn by itself based on the how a human use that system. So daily the system learns from the users. So it knows the trend, it knows what are the things we are looking for. So it has an analytic skill so that it throws up what are possible solutions available in the system. Okay, so the human dependency is very less. Okay, so cognitive knowledge base, which helps the predictable delivery. So we have a product of ServiceNext where it is majorly used in managed services engagement, where it can play an analytics, see what all issues has happened and the repeat issues has happened. A lot of analysis goes on it. What all solutions has been provided, how the solutions has been fixed, and it will anticipate what all the types of problems that can occur in future based on the analysis. So it plays a lot of analytics on the existing data and predicts what all things. So proactively we know we can do a lot of solutioning for the upcoming issues. So that is one key element which we have brought in. So the KM can act as a catalyst. So there are a lot of data available. So based on the Wipro Homes and the applications available on our data, it can give us information on the innovative products, what all innovative products we can come up with. Based on that, there are a lot of innovative products that has been generated, and it supports the trends and the consumers' area of interest. So this is about the Wipro's in-house artificial intelligence platform. The key thing which we follow in Wipro is, apart from all these things what you saw, we play there is a scenario where the employee the employee is joining from the day one to the day he retires. There are a lot of knowledge that gets accumulated with him, right? So we have a framework of knowledge, KM for employee life cycle, like any other life cycle of like a butterfly life cycle. We also have an employee life cycle from hire to retire, from the day he joins to the day he retires. The daily we will be learning a lot of new things. So how do we capture this knowledge? And also he will be in need of knowledge when he changes the roles, right? So for my change in a role from A to B, what are the things I have to look forward? What are the things I should equip myself to that role? What are informations I need to execute that new role? Similarly, what all role I have executed till date? What are the things I have to contribute for the person who has going to take this role from me? So that is a very defined process from hire to retire. So from the employee onboarding to the employee exit, we have various techniques through which we capture and give knowledge to the employee. If you see, a lot of in a lot of scenarios, right? The knowledge transfer, we think about the day the person is going to leave the organization, right? The only knowledge transfer that happens during that time will be relevant only for next 2 months. It will be more of action. The person who is taking over the new role have to execute, which will get exhausted after 2 months. It's not the actual tacit knowledge the person will be giving. That is the human nature, that when we are going out of the organization, the tacit knowledge, whatever we have captured for this entire duration in our organization, we will not be able to give. It's intentional or not intentional. Okay, so the capture of knowledge happens from the day the person joins. Sure, any person, even if the person is joining from the campus, he or she will be also carrying the expertise with him. We cannot underestimate the millennials of our organization, right? They have lot of enough information along with them. And how do we address that? How do we make them contribute? So there are a lot of techniques which we play around, where and a lot of thanks to the technologies which is helping us to capture those knowledge on the fly, which we capture from the day one till the person moves out of the organization. So that is all about the employee life cycle of KM and Wipro. So coming to the account KM framework. So every account has its own KM framework, which is again the integrated with all whatever things I talked on the previous slides. So the account framework, we have in different phases. So based on any type of project, okay, the project an account is executing, we have every project has its own life cycle, right, from the initiation to the closure. In every phases there is a KM entity where we have a lot of levers through which we capture the best practices, the case studies, the reviews content, the training materials, the tips and tricks, the templates, white papers from the each and every phases of projects. And it is not in a formal way like it should be documented, well written, nothing like that. It can be in any form of information. So that is the change, because we have the analytics built on it, which can bring the information what we are looking for. So that's the power of the new trend what we see, right? And we also have the enterprise level taxonomy built in, which will act as an aggregator for all the information available based on the industry, domain, platform, technology, and what are the types of artifacts available and all those things. So the knowledge base is strong and we have the good analytics on it, which plays a major role in searching the content based on the profile I need and pumping those content to the individual. Similarly, we have the continuous learning process where every individual can get into any training on the fly. And there are a lot of different, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of modes in which, flavors in which the trainings can be taken by the individual. So that is about the continuous learning of the individual in an account. And there is a major collaboration aspect. So there can be any private collaboration that happens, public collaboration that happens, but no matter where he collaborates, there is an aggregated feature which is available, which pulls out all the information related to the domain I am looking for, the experts I am looking for, the knowledge sharing sessions that has happened, the trainings that have happened, and the discussions that have happened. Okay, a lot of things can be pulled out from that particular using the cognitive or the analytics laid on top of all this. So having said all this information, so the basic thing what we are giving for our delivery team is a pit stop experience. So the came at the core, this is the pit stop experience which we give to the delivery team. So here the delivery team can experience all the related information, like in a pit stop, how each part of that vehicle will be engineered, right? Fuel, one person will be filling the fuel, one person will be changing the tires. It will be all will be done at the same time, right? So same is the experience for any individual, no matter whether it is an engineer, whether it is a project manager, whether it is a program manager, whether it is a delivery manager or a client partner. Based on the role what they play, they can see their aggregated view, what they are looking for that particular account. So it touch base almost all the entities a person might look into. I should know who are the experts in this technology, what are the past projects that has been executed, how can I execute better than whatever I see in this data, and what is actually the customer knowledge. To deal with the customer, I should know about the customer's knowledge, right? So what are the knowledge available for that particular customer? How does that customer how do I interact with them? What are the business needs? When I interact with a customer, I should know in and out of the customer, right? So that gives a comfort zone between both. Then the industry and market trends. So we can also propose to the customer, thought leadership comes into picture. These are the industries, these are the trends which we can see in this particular domain which we are working on, which will value add to your organization. So giving more value to the customer's business. So this all the information helps the individual to do that. Then comes the reusable components or reusable assets. Okay, so that if it is a development project, a lot of reusable components will come into picture. There are a lot of reused assets which we can reuse instead of reinventing the wheel and all those things. The technology and collaboration forum, all technology and domain collaboration forum happening in any corner of the organization will be the view will be given to the person where he can see what all discussion, updated discussion that is happening on the fly. So we have very good learning platform as well, which helps the millennials to get the competency built in them through various ways. We have Wipro Digital Academy, we have Trend Next, we have Future Ready sessions and all those stuffs which will be more of user friendly or easy to adapt the trainings. So these are the key elements which you can see in the pit stop experience which we are offering for the delivery teams. So that is all from my end. So I would like to open the question session to the audience.